Welcome to the Sky Sports final head-to-head debate for the Golden Contract Featherweights. We've got both finalists with us, Walsh Jazza Dickens and Ryan Walsh. Gents, thank you very much for taking the time to join us. Come to you first, Jazza. Same question that I've been asking everybody. This has been a real tough time for boxers with schedules, routines, getting access to training facilities. With all that in mind, are you happy that you're in the best possible shape and mentality that you could be?
Yeah, I know very much how lucky I am. I'm very grateful to have this opportunity because if I got told a few months ago, look, we're going to sit it out, lad. There's no ticket, there's no gate. We're going to have to sit it out and we'll come back to when it's a live event, when there's crowds there. I've accepted that, but just the fact that Sky and MTK have all pulled together and they have made it happen, I am very grateful and lucky to be in this position.
And Ryan, same question to you, really, same basis. You've trained all over Europe throughout your career, and I know you've got a big family, and the restrictions that have come in have probably affected your work life and personal life. But are you two in the same sort of boat, the best position that you can be?
Yes, and I'm also very grateful that I'm in a position to fight. I was grateful that I got the fight before the pandemic. I'm grateful that I'm going to get it before potential another lockdown. So yeah, very grateful. And you have to adapt, and that's not just in boxing, that's in life. So this is all just adapting, and it's something I didn't think I was very good at, but this camp's showing that I do like variety and I do like to be challenged. It's been challenging, which is good.
Jazza, this whole tournament, from our point of view, has been a massive success. I just remember when we were at the Repton and all 8 of you were there. If I'd have said to you at the start, who do you think you're going to face in the final, would you have picked Ryan to be the other finalist?
Well, you did not, because when we were drawing the balls, there was always the possibility of 2 fighters being left together at the end anyway, weren't they? So I just seen it as I honestly believed that I was never going to get picked two out of it, but I did know at some point I was going to face Ryan. I thought, unless Ryan and Lee Woods face each other, I will fight the both of them at some point in the tournament because they were the other 2 favourites in the tournament.
And Ryan, do you think in terms of records, ability and potential, this is the best final that there could be?
Yes, I think you can't fluke. Tournaments, things like this, you can't fluke to get into the final. 2 fights against 2 decent fighters, and if you weren't good enough, you wouldn't be there. So yeah, I think Jazzas the upset card by beating Wood because he was a betting underdog, but at the same time, people who know boxing really fancied him, and I know my family made some good money on him, so we was happy with that.
Jazza, what I love about this tournament is in the quarterfinals, you could have picked Ryan Walsh, but you went for Carlos Ramos. And yeah. Ryan, in the semis, you could have picked Jazza, but you went for Tyrone McCulloch. So it is funny that throughout all of the stages, you could have met each other. Jazza, I'll come to you first. What have you made of your own progress throughout the tournament, and how happy have you been with the performances so far?
Yeah, well, it goes beyond boxing. It's been the best year of my life, to be honest, because I've been active. I've got a family. I've got stability at home, and I knew I was going to have these dates when I was going into this tournament. That was the one thing I was guaranteed: dates, and it was good money also, and I could just be active. So yeah, and the progress throughout abroad, there's been a lot of lessons learned, and I've had to be patient. But I've said from the start, the man who wins this whole tournament will be the man who knows how to be disciplined professional. He knows how to live the life of a fighter. He knows how to diet all year round. He knows how to train, when to train, how to train smart. So yeah, it's been a great experience for me, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Do you feel that you're peaking at the right time, Jazza? With the Lee Wood performance, would you argue that was one of the best of your career to date?
Possibly, yeah. In terms of, I am learning in the gym, and I put it all together. I've showed in spells what I can do throughout the years, but I've never. I have in spells, but I put it all together because I had to, and I believe that it was a great performance. But I need an even better one this time around.
Ryan, your progress throughout the tournament, Hiron Sakaras, when he picked you, I think there was a few nerves that you were going into the unknown against a stylish, rated Cuban. But would you argue that was actually one of the best performances of your career?
Possibly, yeah. I think this tournament's give me a chance and opportunity to show people in boxing different things about my style, and it's a thing that I've picked up on. I need to be better at adapting, and that's what that opponent gave me. It proved that you have 24 hours notice to prepare for somebody. I watched him for 5 minutes. I told my brothers, I'm not my best, I lose. And I'm in the same situation here. And I can't say that with my last opponent. I can't say that with a lot of my British opponents. I'm always going to try and be my best. But sometimes you've got opponents who you don't even have to be your best to be. You just have to be you to a point. With Sakaris and Jazza, if I'm not my best, I lose. I have no doubt about that.
And Ryan, just on the semi-final, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I remember speaking to you off camera, and when you went for Tyrone McCullough, I was like, are you sure that that's the right thing to do? And you said, look, the method's in the madness. Let Jazza and Lee Wood knock 2 shades of purple out each other and put miles on the clock, and I'll deal with an awkward night at the office with Tyrone. It's paid dividends.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I did have... when I was thinking to pick, it's one of them things, you got to just go with your instincts. I swear I heard a voice in my head, and I swear it was Liam, so that's why I picked him, because at the same set of this, I'd watched him. I had a sparring partner come on for one of my British title fights, and he ended up fighting him. And when I watched him, I thought, who wants to fight Tyrone McCullough? Who wants to fight him? He's horrible. His best attribute is he doesn't know what he's going to do. So how can you read what he's going to do when he doesn't know what he's going to do? He's horrible to fight, and I never wanted to be in a situation to pick him. I'd rather have been picked. When you get picked, it gives you that extra, and it worked out so well, because for the fight I had and the energy I expended, look at what Lee Wood and obviously now Jazz are the finalists, how much they had to expend. In fights like that, you have to give something. In all fights, you give something, maybe a little bit more in others, and that one was one where both guys give a lot, and it was good to watch. I really enjoyed the fight. I was lucky enough to be there, obviously commentating on it, which was brilliant. I got to watch it real close. I've watched it a few times since, and it's more impressive. I think the more impressive win, crazily, was the Ramos win. Now, Ramos is an unknown too, and Jazza picked him, and I've watched that fight back a few times, and Ramos, he's going to be one of these guys, somewhere down the line, gets a big win, and then Jazza will get the props for the fight that I'm already giving him. I know good fighters, and I've sparred him myself. And he's heavy-handed, he's fast, he's got young confidence about him, and I think that was a better win than Lee Wood. Lee Wood might be more established, but Lee Wood's style on the night, his fundamentals were terrible. He didn't really jab. He didn't do anything. And that's not taking anything away from Jazz. Until I was made aware of that with talking to Liam, he was just looking for one big punch. He wasn't the Ingle style I expected. The last Ingle style he faced was Galahad. And that was the Ingle style. A lot of good movement, didn't really get off on him a lot. Whereas Wood was just like, I'm bigger, I'm stronger, and all went wrong.
Okay, so I don't want to sort of stir the pot here at all, but Jazza, tell us why. Who hates who more? That old ringside saying. Jazza, do you believe that you're a better fighter than Ryan Walsh, and if so, why?
Yeah, I just believe I've been given natural talents. I can't. I work hard. I can only give myself credit for working hard. Anything other than that, I believe it's God-given talent. And I believe I'm blessed to be in this position to be able to find something that there's many people out there who could be champion of the world as a boxer, but they've never walked into a gym. They don't know what the talents are. I was looking to walk into a boxing gym as a kid and find out that I had a good talent for it. So, yeah, I believe I've been given a lot of natural talent, but that can go in against you sometimes because you can believe your own hype and then you don't work as hard. So I've also been given the tools to be able to graft in the gym. So yeah, I'm really grateful and I'm very blessed, you know.
Ryan, question to you. In what ways do you see areas of Jazza that you can exploit?
I'll be telling now, wouldn't it, Andy? Hoping that he's listening. I think you have to tune in, you have to see it. But going back to that question of what you've been given, I was given 2 brothers. I come onto this earth with a brother waiting for me, the same age, same weight, and then an older brother who was, his nickname was Bully Boy. So if you ever want to know about me and boxing, well, I've got my absolute equal and an older brother who won't have any other way. They made me everything I am. And that's where my hidden, it's not even hidden, it's out there now. That's where my strength lies. that I've got two brothers who are very, very talented, who've helped mould me from the very start. I wasn't interested in boxing. 14-year-old, I'd have been everything. I think the first interest was wrestling. But then when you get two brothers keep bringing trophies home, and I'm a failed wannabe Beckham, cant now, whatever, anything with number 7. And then I keep bringing these trophies home, and I'm of the same, I'm the same breed. So I was successful as an amateur because of my brothers. I've been successful as a pro because of my brothers. That's where I get. As far as talent goes, I know what talent is. I get to see it. I see it in both my brothers in different aspects. But as far as that moulding and shaping and good role models, I couldn't have asked for it to any better than I've got.
What do you make of Jazza? Is there any bad blood in this? Is this just business, or I know there's that fighter's respect. You don't seem to, actively dislike each other. Is it just business?
Definitely. And I've had 30 fights, and there's only one person who, thanks to Twitter, get the worst out of me in the sense of I really wanted to punch that guy's head in, and it went wrong on the night. It was a terrible draw. It was never a draw, but that one, and it was crazy. You've got to be able to separate things from business, work, pleasure. Everything needs a separation, and I got emotionally involved on that one, and it was a real good lesson. It'll stand me in good stead with this fight. It doesn't help to be emotionally involved. You need to be able to separate yourself. This is human chess, Mortal Kombat, one-on-one, and you don't want to be emotionally involved. I think emotion should be left out the ring alongside religion, alongside politics. That needs to be left out the ring. You need to be able to separate yourself in different areas, I think.
Yeah, well said. So we're going to have a little bit of fun here, and I don't think this is just you two. We've asked the other finalists to do this. So we're going to give ourselves a debate here. So you both get 30 seconds on the dodgy iPhone to state your case. So Jazza, because it's Dickens v Walsh, we'll go to you first. 30 seconds to tell us why you win this fight, starting from now.
I just believe that I've just come so far, I've learned so many lessons. Bloody hell, I'm speaking fast and everything. I tell myself. So I just believe I'll be.
You've only got 10 seconds left.
Pressure.
I just believe I've come up through a long, long path, and God's given me lesson after lesson after lesson. I've took so much on the sport, and I'm ready to capitalise on everything I've worked for. We have to keep going.
No, that is the time. That is the time. I feel like that you judge 3 minutes of a round better than you do 30 seconds on my cracked iPhone. Ryan, let's hope you fare a little bit better. 30 seconds starting from now.
I don't need 30 seconds. This is all written. That's why I win. Because it's written.
Okay, 22 seconds. Very good. There's knockout bonuses throughout this, which some of you have been bothered about, others not so much. I don't know, I don't want to do it up too much. Winning is all that matters, obviously, but it is like the global pandemic and financials are on everybody's minds. An extra knockout bonus, does that interest you at all, Jazza?
The money doesn't interest me, You said to me, you got to get another belt for a knockout bonus, then yeah, that would interest me. But in terms of finances, as long as my family can eat, that's all that matters at the end of the day. And
Ryan, I know it was a bit of it was like a real nice moment when, did you get to take the kids to Disneyland, which I think warmed everybody's hearts. If it is $5,000, I haven't checked what it is at the end of the final, but knockout bonus, it makes a big difference to everybody's lives.
Yes, I did. And in boxing, don't get anyone who's been in boxing a long time knows that everything you get, you have to work real hard. And there was a point in that fight that I earned that bonus where I actually, I've never been in a position, and implore promoters, the TV, to start making these, like the UFC, fight night bonuses for fight of the night, knockout bonuses, because that tiny bit of incentive in it, it wasn't the money for me. It was what I was going to do with it. It was they did get to go, and we should be hopefully going again. I mean, and that's nothing to do with the bonus. The point of the matter is I like that incentive, not due to the money, because that bonus I never had. And when I needed a few punches, and that's what I managed to find through a little bit of, I've got a chance here to get it. And it come out of nowhere, I thought, because for me, during a fight, it looked like I was going to go the distance. But the second the opportunity arose, with that tiny bit of incentive, I did get to take him to Disney. I was buzzing. I wanted to know if Lee would have done his mum's pavement, but I know I took mine, and I also took Liam's little boy because this is where I'm grateful. I'm in a position where I'm raising my family. My next door neighbour's my twin brother. 10 yards up the road. He's not even up the road. He's on the same side. We're all on one side together. And I got to take his little boy, and it was mega. We had an unbelievable time. I'm going back, but Centre Parks in Paris is the best. It's only been there 2 years, and I'm not trying to promote it. Anyone who's got kids, get there. It's the best.
Okay, let's sort of bring this to a natural conclusion. The Golden Contract, the whole idea is this potential world title fight, a lucrative promotional contract. I think we can group you both in the same bracket, that boxing's been hard and you've had to work hard to get to this point. You've taken matches where you probably weren't favourites. You've gone from the shadows. You've been without promoters and maybe taken harder fights than you needed to. But it's all led to this point here. Winning this final, what do you think it will do for your career? Jazz, I'll come to you first.
I think it elevates me to be where I want to be, and gives me the massive opportunity to do what I've always said I can do. And going forward with that, I have to do the job. I have to do the job on Wednesday, and that's the plan for me. I don't want to look too far ahead of it, but I think it's pretty much self-explanatory. It's the Golden Contract tournament. It's towards a world title, so that's where it has to be. If I can't win this, I can't win a world title, so I need to win this fight.
And Ryan, same to you.
Couldn't agree more. I think Jazza has a few little things on his side. One, very highly ranked with the IBF. Two, he's got his edge. He has more get-outs. I don't think when the result comes, he's in a different position to me. Boxing doesn't seem to want me. I've got all different reasons. You look at with my brother Liam, 2 years. He's hardly had a fight. No one wants to be near him. Boxing don't want me neither. I understand this. So I'm fighting for a little bit different, I think, in this fight. I've said it from the start. It should have been a golden contract. It should have been a golden opportunity. This leads to the things that you've spent a lifetime on. And I'm so grateful that I love my job enough to get through all that, what you were saying, no promoters. I know Jazz has fought in the middle of nowhere. I fought in the middle of nowhere in Tenerife. What boxing is, what it's done, I won't change a thing of my journey. And I think it's just that, the golden opportunity. And if you don't get a world title shot after this, well, then you're never going to get one. That's what I'd say. This is for a good world title shot in my. But I think Jazz has got more options. If I do my job the way I expect to do my job, Jazz has got edge and an IBF European. He's still got that. I've been stripped to my British. Boxing don't want me, and I'm only ranked in one body. How much more incentive does a man need?
Have you got a final message for each other before I let you go? Two absolute gentlemen. It's been great catching up with you. Can't wait to see you in Wakefield. Jazza, your message to Ryan?
Yeah, just as like, he can't dance alone, and he's a great dancing partner, and I respect him so much, and I pray for him too. I am praying for him, and I'm wishing him all the best on his strength. And the Lord's brought us both to this place now to do what we both love and to be great dancing partners. So much respect to Ryan, and thank you for bringing the best out of me throughout a tough training camp and giving me that incentive to push it that bit further than I ever have before.
And Ryan, your message to Jazza?
I can only echo it. Nothing but respect. That respect to be shown in the performance. That respect to be shown on the scales. If I've been better in my career, I don't know when. If I felt better in my career, I don't know when. And it's nice when you physically and you mentally come together. And this last week is all just fine tuning and wait. That's it. All the job's done. And this is why I'm so confident. It's written. It's already. You can already see it. And I will leave it with this. Actions speak louder than words. And I just can't wait. Like you said, this is a perfect opportunity for both of us. And you need the perfect opponents to bring out something out of you. And I know when he was asked in this tournament to bring out his best performance with Woody, done it. When I done it with the Cuban, I done it. So this is exciting. This is the most excited I've ever been for any fight. And he brings that excitement. He's not coming there to try and do what the last Southpaw done, run away. I think the fans are the biggest winners, and I should just leave it. Yeah, actions speak louder than words, and I can't wait to let my actions. Then I don't need this anymore. That's my actions.
Well, it is the Golden Contract Final, the featherweights. James Jazza Dickens against Ryan Walsh. May the best man win. Thank you for both joining us.